Taoism and New Earth, the truth that no one tells you, the connection that you never knew existed. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris, and I help people to find their center. In this video, I'm going to share with you the connection between Taoism and the Great Awakening, and how this can help you to get ready for the Great Awakening, because it's happening right now as we speak. Some people feel it's already happened, and we're experiencing it in different waves. So, the Great Awakening, you can check out some of my other videos, but a summary of the Great Awakening is known as the Ascension. Dolores Cannon talks a lot about that. I'm inspired by a lot of her works, and Earth is going through a shift in vibration and ascension in consciousness. And Earth is going from 3D to 4D to 5D. So that means we're moving from a more masculine energy to a more feminine energy to balance that out, and eventually to a neutral energy of balance of both. So the call was put out in 1940s, as Dolores Cannon said, when the atomic bomb was going to go off, and all of us starseeds and light workers that are chilling heard the call. Earth put out a call, and people volunteered to help. If you're watching this video, you're one of the volunteers. You're one of the, possibly of the 3 waivers. You may be an Indigo, a Blu-ray, Pleiadian, Arcturan, etc., etc. And you heard the call, and you came in to help with this shift in consciousness. You may even find yourself going through a dark night of the soul, or the Great Awakening on an individual level, which mirrors the collective. So how does this apply to Taoism? So lately I've been obsessed with Taoism. I kind of always have. I feel like I have connections to past lives, and I've been told that I have many past lives or incarnations or whatever that connect to Asian lineage. And recently I've been obsessed with studying about the Tao Te Ching, and which was the oldest known text written by Lao Tzu about 2,000 something years ago, and it's still relevant today. So how does Taoism relate to the Great Awakening? And what are some practical tips that you can use from this? Because that's what Taoism is all about. Taoism is all about taking the woo-woo or the spiritual side of things and making it practical and relatable. It's about taking spiritual wisdom to make it practical. So practical wisdom. Okay, so Taoism talks about balance. Taoism talks about yang, which is masculine energy, the right side of my body, yin, which is feminine, which is the left side of my body, and neutral, which is the midline of my body. So here is the yin-yang symbol. So masculine is the white or the unshaded area. The feminine is the shaded area or the yin, yang, yin, and balance of both. So right now, we've been in an excessively yang or excessively masculine energy to the point where it's been toxic, and people are burnt out, people are frustrated, people are aggressive and doing. So that's excessive yang energy or fire. That's excessive fire energy. The masculine energy is linked to the 3D matrix. It's linked to third dimension. It's linked to the solar plexus. 4D is linked to the more of the yin, which is the divine feminine, the heart chakra, more of that balance. So the Great Awakening, we are moving from a divine masculine, which is 3D, solar plexus, to 4D, which is the heart chakra, which is yin, to 5D, which is a balance of both. So the connection that you never knew existed is that 3D is related to the masculine energy, which you want to balance out, because no matter if you're a man, woman, non-binary, cisgendered, transgendered, or no-gendered or whatever, everybody's got masculine and feminine energies within them. It's just however you choose to express yourself is right for you. But you still want to have a balance of both energies. So right now, we've been excessively yang. We've been excessively too much doing. So to counterbalance that, we have to move to 4D first, which is excessive yin, which means more rest. It means more meditation. It means more stillness and healing arts and connecting to your center and finding your heart chakra and finding your passion. And eventually you'll get to 5D. And you can do this quickly and you could accelerate the process. How do you accelerate the process of balancing out if you have too much masculine energy? How do you know that you have too much masculine energy? Number one, you feel burnt out. You feel exhausted. You feel wiped. That means you are using too much of your yang energy. That means you are using too much of your resources of energy. And what happens when you drive a car and it runs out of gas? It's dead. What happens to you when you run out of gas? You die, which is your energy stores. So, in order to counterbalance that burnt out feeling and too much using of your masculine energy, you need to move into the feminine energy and spend 51% or more of your time resting. Spend 51% of more of your time in the yin and receptive and letting go and surrendering state, and using your yang energy in doses when you can, when you got to do something. Yeah, we all live in the 3D the world, some of us, and we still got to function. So yeah, you still got to do stuff, but start to clear out your schedule. Start to lighten your load. And that's how some of the ways you can counterbalance that excessive masculine yang energy. So feelings of burnt out. Number two, feelings of excessive frustration. Feeling like you're constantly frustrated. You may have pain in your liver. Liver is about expression. Right now, a lot of us are being suppressed. So that fire is going to come out. That wood element, that, it's going to come out in either too much or not enough. So number one is feeling burnt out. Number two is feelings of frustration. So find a way to, in a healthy and safe way, vent your frustrations or get creative. Move that energy out. But do it in a way that's, if you have to go for a sprint and then go for a walk, high-intensity interval training is perfect for that, because you could do a sprint, which is yang, and then you could do a rest, which is yin, and that's a balance of both. So the truth about the Great Awakening, let me sum it up again, and the Daoism, the truth about Daoism and the Great Awakening, the connection that you never knew existed, is that it's good. You need to balance both. You need to stop do more, and be more, allow more, and flow more, and then you'll balance out your energy. And then you'll step into your 4D self. You'll balance out your 3D self, and then you'll get to 5D. And that's the truth about the Great Awakening and Taoism that no one tells you, is you can let go. You can free yourself up a little bit more. That's what I'm personally doing in my own life with my business and different things like that. It's so, tricky to get go, go, go. You think you're going to be more productive, but you actually want to burning yourself out because you only have a finite amount of energy. So, especially star seeds. Star seeds can feel like you can keep going and going and going like the freaking Energizer Buddy, and then you wind up giving to so many people and you feel drained. So, burnt out, frustration, and feeling drained. Burnt out and drained are two different things. Burnt out means you've got no energy left to do your purpose. Drained means other people are taking your energy because you're not cultivating your spiritual bubble. You're not cultivating and giving to yourself. So one way that I have to give to yourself is to check out the Ho'oponopono free guided meditation that'll help you to raise your vibration. It'll help you to chill out. Listen to that for 21 days, and I guarantee you it will transform your life. I've had a lot of success with it. People love it. It's amazing. I love it. I've seen such great shifts with it. So Taoism, let's sum it up. Taoism is ancient Chinese medicine wisdom from Lao Tzu about the way. Way Wu Wei, going with the flow of the universe, how we are not separate from nature. We are not separate from source energy. We are all connected to source energy. And to spend more of our time in the receptive state more than the doing state, more than the yang state. We want to spend 51% or more time in the yin, which is the receptive, which is the rest, and digest, and the parasympathetic nervous system then stimulating and taxing the sympathetic nervous system, which only has a finite amount of energy. And that's how you ascend from 3D to 4D, which is your heart chakra, which is your center, which is where all your wisdom is. Peace and unity.